Watching around the world have been waiting for. Live!
Welcome back to RotoProfit. It is officially week 2 for NFL DFS 2018. Courtney, welcome back as always.
Hello.
So I'm not sure about you, Courtney, but I'm a little bit tilted from week 1. I know we're not going to talk about too many results here because we want to get right into the players, but my cash line scored just under 200 points, and I still did not meet the cut for double ups, which cost me quite a bit of money on Sunday.
Yeah.
So
with cash, my cash line was 190, and just like I'm saying, I played DJ, Kamara, plus Collins. Had I went DJ, Kamara, and the cheaper Connor, my cash.
Yeah, you're in.
Right.
No,
right.
yeah, I made the decision within the last 2 hours. I put this on the Facebook page. If you guys haven't signed up for the Facebook page, there's a private Facebook group. You'll find the link in the description below. Right, maybe an hour or two before lockout, I was like, I think you have to play Connor at this price point, just with as much volume he's going to see. Even though I think the Browns' defense is better this year, which they didn't seem to be better.
Right.
However, they didn't have a horrible game. Six turnovers for the Browns defense, but Connor just blew up. He actually had 1 touchdown that got called back because of a holding call. He should have had 3 touchdowns instead of the 2. But I had Connor and Collins, so I think I scored 198 in cash, and I think it was 199 was the cut line for most double ups. So
around 200.
Yeah, super tilting week. If I'd have just played Emmanuel Sanders, but yeah, I ended up going with AJ Green and Eifert instead of leaving in Gronk and Sanders. So nonetheless, I'm not too upset because, like you said earlier, most weeks 199 is going to score in cash.
Oh yeah. A matter of fact, 199 is going to score the next 16 weeks. And
it might win tournaments.
Right. So my tournament lines were good. I had a bunch of lines where I stacked up the Tampa Bay game, awesome. And pretty much if I go Fitzpatrick as quarterback, I might be close to I might have been close to taking stuff down because I had a bunch of Thomas, Evans, Djax,
Thomas,
Kamara, but all those lines I had Amal Breeze, who didn't suck, of course. But if you could have a 5K quarterback scoring 48 points, who saw that? Nobody saw that. So
no, nobody had that prediction. But anyway, hey, it's a new week. It's a new week, week 2. We're back on it again, and hey, let's try to kill it here in week 2. So I guess we can jump right into the positional plays. Let me go ahead and switch my screen here for the viewers, and we'll start right here at the quarterback spot. Granted, Courtney, Drew Brees had a nice game at home. He was outplayed, however, by Fitzpatrick, but I think still valid. This top price tag here for Drew Brees getting the Brownies at home should be another awesome spot, right?
Yeah. So he is in my top 3 again this week for tournaments because I do not like to pay up for cash. So him, I believe. Big Ben, the Pittsburgh KC game might be game stack.
Yeah, I like that game a lot. I like the KC side a lot, to be honest. I know Pittsburgh's going to be the popular probably, but I think KC, there's a lot of goodness there too.
Yep. So certainly those 2 up top are definitely my 2 favorites.
Yeah, I agree on that. I love Breeze for tournaments. Scrolling down to this middle tier, I was looking through some names earlier, and I think Mahomes at the 6100. That definitely is interesting to me, just because of that same reason we just talked about. That game I think can shoot out and be huge, and I think that can be true on both sides. I mean, Mahomes looked pretty good in the first week, and the Chiefs seem like with him and Tyreek Hill, Watkins, Kelsey, I mean, they got some firepower.
So Mahomes is, for me, he is cash potential.
Yeah, absolutely.
Down there. I might actually go back to the person who I suggested last week. I might go back to Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah,
for cash.
I agree. He's absolutely number one for my cash plays this week. He showed you what he could do with rushing. He put up an absurd amount of points. That was like 22 because he had a rushing touchdown. And that was
24, I think.
Yeah, 24, and that was with the pouring rain. And he didn't have that big of a game, so now he gets to go to the Superdome. The Superdome, still called the Superdome, right? I think so. He gets to go, play against this Saints defense that just got torched by Ryan Fitzpatrick. The conditions will be well, being that it's a dome. I don't think it'll be shootout. Like, don't expect a shootout like you saw last week with the Saints and the Buccaneers, but I think that the Browns can definitely score some points here, and Tyrod with the rushing upside is definitely my favorite play for cash early on this week.
Yep, I agree. And just before we close off this, let me throw out two names for tournaments who I like. I actually kind of like Nick Foles.
Okay. Let's see. Here we go. I'll pull him up first.
He's at 57. I'm gonna look more into him, but I don't know. You'll see. But somebody who I really like for tournaments, actually, is Garoppolo, Jimmy G.
Yes, that was my call.
I
was going to call
like
Garoppolo. Yeah, that was my next call. I'm thinking, 6,000. He didn't have the best week, and people might shy away, and that's because they were at Minnesota, which is a brutal place to play.
Right.
Now he's home against Detroit, and it should be the Garoppolo show on Sunday.
Yeah. So I kind of like him for tournaments, and I will say when we get to tight ends, who I think I might like to pair him with.
Yeah. Nope, I agree. I think the last name that I want to mention here, and I think that we have to give merit to because I don't think the price is still very affordable, and that's Case Keenum. I know he had a bad preseason, but he came in 3 touchdowns, 329 yards week 1, and we knew would not be a hard matchup at home against Seattle, but here he's at home again, and it's Oakland coming into town. We just saw Oakland, without Mac in there, how they can be exploited. I think Case Keenum is another. Actually, I think even cash-worthy pick at this price point. I kind of lead Tyrod for 100 more right now because of the rushing upside, but I would not fault anybody for wanting to go Case Keenum 5,800 with Thomas and Sanders. We saw how well he seemed to have that connection with Emmanuel Sanders, so I definitely don't mind Case Keenum at that same price point. Cool. So
I agree.
Looks like for cash, we're definitely both kind of on the same page, thinking Tyrod. I don't hate Keenum, and even I really don't even hate Garoppolo if you wanted to go there. But in terms of tournaments, I think spending up for Breeze makes sense. Garoppolo being an awesome tournament play as well, and even Case Keenum, because people I don't know will be quick to jump back on Case even after that week 1 performance.
I agree.
All right, moving right along, straight over to running back. And Courtney, I really like the running back position this week. I like weeks where I think you can just plug 3 backs, and I think this is a week where you can plug 3 backs, and I have 3 names that come to mind right away that are super easy for me to plug in. For cash, I can plug in, and the 3 names. I'll just give you my 3 names right off rip. I love Kamara, of course, because we saw the volume with Ingram out, and I think that's something that you can't ignore, even at this price point. Now he gets Cleveland's defense, and we saw what Connor just did to them. The second name that jumps out to me is, and I was just looking at this earlier. Let me scroll down here. Adrian Peterson. So 5,500 at home against the Colts. Just came off of a game where they gave him 26 carries. He had 96 yards and a touchdown. But I think at this price point for 5,500 at home against the Colts, they may be playing from behind just because the Colts didn't seem to look they had their moments. Like Andrew Luck had his moments, but being that they're home, I think AP at this price point, if he's going to get that kind of volume, I really, really like him at this price point. And then I think the third name that jumps off the board to me is Connor, because he was super cheap
last
week, but we saw what he could do and how the Steelers used him. He really looked. I don't want to say he's Le'Veon Bell, in the second coming, but that's how they used him, and he found holes like Le'Veon, and now you get him at home and a shootout potential. Probably should have the same type of volume, and I expect him to have the same kind of success against Kansas City at home for only 6,700.
I like those. I like them a lot. Let me give you three guys. Christian McCaffrey might be one of my top plays, and I will tell you why. They're going against the Falcons, who just lost two of their top linebackers.
Yep.
One of which is the one who's supposed to keep an eye on McCaffrey, and so I think the volume that he gets, I'm gonna just plug him into some cash myself. You gotta look at Todd Gurley, who is going against a Cardinal team that got trashed. They are at home, and they're like a 10-point favorite or something crazy.
Yeah, he's gonna blow.
Let me see if it's they are a 13.5 point favorite now. 13.5. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick in some Gurley. And then all of the Patriots backs are hurt.
Yeah, I saw that.
Except James White.
Burke had missed practice today. The rookie's not in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and so
if that's
the only one that is healthy is a White at 45. Stick him in.
No, I think you're right. And if they like roll Burkhead out, I know he missed practice today. If they completely roll Burkhead out, I immediately pivot off of AP and move down to a James White, because with the savings in that offense, I mean that's just to me a no-brainer. So I love that call with James White. So I think where I'm at, Courtney, this week, I think Alvin Kamara, he's probably going to be the most owned player, and I'm not going to be the one to miss on that, because they just use him like crazy. The usage is insane, and now he gets Cleveland at home. I mean, you just plug him in, and then I think Connor, even though with the price increase, I mean, this is like, if this was Le'Veon Bell for 6,700 at home against KC, are you playing him?
Right.
Absolutely, right? So,
of course.
In 100% of all lineups. So, I think Connor makes a lot of sense. And, if they roll Burkhead out, and even if they don't roll Burkhead out, I mean, he's definitely banged up. So, I think White is an awesome play at this price point.
And White had a very nice game last week still, so.
Exactly. Yeah, he looked good. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm at. AP, I think, is interesting at home for this price point with that much volume. And I don't think we were expecting him to get those kind of carries, but I think it's an interesting play. And I guess one other name I wanted to ask you about before we move on to wide receiver. What did you think about Carlos Hyde? Because the Browns seemed to give him a lot of volume. I think he had 20.
They did.
What was it?
They did.
22 carries.
My only issue with him is that he is on a team that is a 10-point underdog.
Right.
And let me see how many targets he got, because I don't think he got a lot of targets. I think if he got more targets...
I don't think he did, because I think they brought in like Duke Johnson and the rookie for the targets.
So he only got 2 targets. And so... excuse me.
No, I agree. I think I would not play him. I mean, I think the price is intriguing for that many carries, and I think the Browns will score points here, and that's why Tyrod's so intriguing to me. But you're right. With playing from behind, like they probably will be, I'm definitely staying away there as well. So cool. So wrap up cash. We're definitely leaning. I think Kamara, Connor, and I mean Gurley's fine as well, of course. And you said even some McCaffrey. Which I don't mind at all. I know how bad they want to use him in that offense, and with Atlanta with the injuries. So, okay. Moving over to receiver. So, is it Antonio Brown week, Courtney?
Yes, it is.
I think so.
I have to agree. This game 53 close. minus 4 points. Yeah, so give me a lot of him. And his price at 88 is the cheapest he's been in like almost 2 years. So I think you need to take that.
Yeah, I agree. I think you have to. This is a must play. The way that I think roster construction will go this week is people are going to spend down at quarterback. There, it'll be probably Tyrod will probably be popular. With seeing what just happened to the Saints last week, everybody's going to play Kamara, and then everybody's going to play 2 cheaper running backs if they can. Maybe like that Connor in the middle, and then a James White at flex, and then that will allow them. And then everybody's going to go cheap at tight end, which we'll talk about next. But that will allow you to plug in an Antonio Brown, and I think that's going to be the way roster construction goes, and that's the way that I want mine to go. So I definitely love Antonio Brown, like you said, with this over-under. I think for cash, stick him in, get him in, because it's going to be at home a big day for AB.
Wide receivers are so loaded, and if you join the Facebook group each week, I post my pool. Because we don't want these to go too long, but and it's free, so come and talk to us.
Yeah, but for sure.
Because there are so many here to choose from. I think we can go back to a Diggs, to a Thielen, Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek.
DeAndre Hopkins kills the Titans. Like he is like he does really good against them. So for tournaments, I'm going to have a lot of D Hopkins. Don't forget about people like Juju Smith-Schuster,
64.
Landry, who got 16 targets last week. I mean, it's loaded. It's loaded.
Yeah, the receiver spot's loaded. I mean, it's going to be hard to evaluate which one we want. Like Courtney said, the targets have been insane. And I mean, you could even make an argument at the top, like, okay, well, I'm not going to pay AB. I'm going to play Michael Thomas because Michael Thomas just got all the targets in the Saints offense last week. With what, 18? Did he have 18 targets or 16 targets with 16 receptions? He was like 16 for 16 or something like that. But yeah, I mean, Michael Thomas at home against Cleveland, Courtney, 16 catches. I mean he's gonna kill it. I mean, at the top here, AB and M Thomas, Michael Thomas in just awesome spots. Like you said, Hopkins seems to be the Titan killer. Tyreek Hill, probably the fastest player in football. I mean, I cannot. Yeah, he is just a freak, and with Mahomes with Mahomes in there, I love this play. And in terms of this, I guess the other names we should mention here, Courtney. How about some middle range? What we're thinking, and then any value we're looking at. I think you mentioned Emmanuel Sanders again.
Yes, so definitely go back to him, and also don't forget about DT Thomas.
Yeah. Yeah, and I assume he's even a little cheaper, still at 50.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too cheap.
56.
It's too cheap.
Yeah. Someone else to look at is maybe some Garcon. Maybe you can also pair up him with some Jimmy G too.
Yeah, I like San Fran's. I like San Fran's matchup this week for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Keenan Cole's up in price this week, 4,900. I'm probably not going back to that well.
Yeah, no.
I want to say, was there a name mentioned in the threes that I thought was intriguing? If there was, I seem to forget. I thought I wrote some names down earlier, but it's slipping me. But no, I think that mid-range is super powerful, like you said, with Demaryius Thomas, Sanders, if you want to go up, and it was the Jets guys. So if you look at was it Anua?
Anua? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he had 10 targets from Darnold, 6 for 63 and a touchdown. I think he hit Robbie Anderson on a touchdown as well, like a deep touchdown. Which he seemed to have a decent game, and the Jets being at home this week against the Miami, I don't hate that situation at all. If you need to try to find some value, the Jets receivers seem to be cheap. But definitely check out our Facebook. We'll definitely have some names on there that you guys can go to. Receiver is just loaded this week, and definitely starting with those top guys. Love the top guys this week, Brown and Thomas.
Absolutely.
All right, so moving over to tight end, and last week, Courtney, it was we talked about playing Gronk all week. I was dumb enough to not. I ended up pivoting off of Gronk so I could get some bigger receiver names because I really liked Eifert, being that I was playing Dalton in cash, so I went with Eifert, which wasn't horrible. I think he still had like 9 DraftKings points for his price point. But Gronk just did what Gronk always does and ate and proved that he's the best tight end in football.
Yep, he sure did. You know what though? He didn't get a lot of targets. I don't think. 8. Oh,
Yeah,
well, okay.
8
Well, no.
targets.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
I mean, it's not 16 like Michael Thomas, but
yeah. But that's I'm solid.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, 7K. 7K might be too much for this matchup.
Oh yeah,
It's a Jacksonville.
Yeah, at Jacksonville, nobody's playing Gronk this week. Nobody.
No. Which means that maybe for tournaments, you can. I had a lot of old Dale Beckham last week. Just because for tournaments you have to, do stuff like that, and he paid off.
Yeah. No,
but
I think Gronk's a great.
I don't think we need to. No.
Yeah, no. I think Gronk is just turning for me this week. I'm definitely not going in there in cash. I think Gronk is actually a really good tournament option. People don't want to play against Jacksonville for a good reason. They have a great defense, and especially when Jacksonville's at home. But the Patriots are always an exception to that rule. So if you want to put some Brady, Gronk stacks in, it's going to be low owned, and it could definitely pay off. So let's talk about the name, Courtney, that you and I am sure are both on, and I think most people are going to be on. He's going to be super popular in cash, I think, this week because of the price point. 3,600, Mr. Kittle?
George Kittle. I'm 38. He is chalk, but I'm going to play him. Your whole, well, for cash it's fine, but remember that your whole lineup doesn't have to be totally the contrarian.
No, yeah, for tournaments, just a few plays. You can still put some chalk in there.
Right. I do like Kittle. If Kittle would have caught I think he dropped or missed the score, then like we would all be like, he would be 90% on because he would have had a crazy game. 9 targets for 3,800. I want that. So I'm going to take that.
Exactly. I'm on that all day. 9 targets in an offense that I think is going to be good. I think Garoppolo is going to have an awesome week, and so you give me Garoppolo at home and give me one of his best targets here with the tight end at only 3,800, 9 targets last week, and now it's Detroit. Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going Kittle. So I think Kittle is going to be popular in cash. That's where I'm at. Jordan Reed looked good, actually. He definitely went up 1,000, so he's up to 5,000. They get the Colts at home, so I'm not going to argue anybody that's going to be on the Jordan Reed train because he looked good. If he can stay healthy, I mean, he should be priced up here at the top with Gronk and Ertz and everybody else. But so if you wanted to go back there for some tournaments, I'm okay with Reed. Even Kelsey's interesting just because of not having such a big week 1, and now he's in this shootout matchup at Pittsburgh. 1 catch on 6 targets.
Yeah, on 6. Yeah. Now, something with him is that he tends to get in the past. He's tended to get shut down by Steelers.
Okay. There you go.
But definitely worth some tournaments though.
Yeah.
Because just don't know.
Same thing with Ertz. I think all these guys at the top: Ertz, Gronk, Kelsey, Jordan Reed. I think that's right. It would be tournament plays for me mostly, but even in tournaments, I'm still going to have a lot of Kittle. I mean, this price point with those kind of targets, I'm on it.
Yep. Now, here is a sneaky name for you. 2,900, Ricky Seals-Jones. And I will tell you why. The Cardinals are going to be playing from behind.
Yep. And
they're going to have to throw. And the reason that Jared Cook had that huge game on Monday night was how the zone that LA plays is soft for tight ends. And so I think at 29, that is a really sneaky play for Seals Jones. If he scores one touchdown, it's pay dirt, and you're good to go.
Yeah. All he's got to do is catch a few at that price point. So,
yep.
Yeah, we talked about Seals Jones last week. I mean, he's a big, athletic guy.
Yep.
Arizona is very limited in their pass catchers. I mean, it's pretty much Fitzgerald, and that's it. So, yeah, Seals Jones. Right. Love that. And speaking of Jared Cook, Courtney, look pretty good week 1. 12 targets altogether, 9 receptions for
yeah.
For, I mean, what? How many yards did he end up having? It was a boatload, right?
Yeah,
180 yards. That is
now he was the only person who Carr threw it to. I mean, Carr didn't throw it to anybody else but him. And he did all that with no touchdowns.
Yeah.
Is he going to do that this week? No. But is he worth going back to at 36? Yeah, sure. I mean, you know.
No, I think you could easily argue Cook versus Kittle and have a valid point. I think I am still preferring Kittle. I hope that doesn't burn me, but Denver's defense at home is a different story. And I mean, they can get after the quarterback. I don't want to jump all over Oakland going into Denver. I'm sure Cook will be popular. Cook may even be more owned than Kittle, but I definitely. I'll have to evaluate this. Evaluate this.
No, what though? So I thought that. Let me look at Denver's on defense, because I thought that they gave it up to.
Well, I think Seattle's tight end actually had a good game.
Yes. So they gave up 24 DraftKings points to tight ends last week. So you might
maybe it is Jared Cook. I don't know.
Cook again. I think if you made me choose now, I'm still going to choose Kittle, but Cook is viable.
Yeah, looking at what Cook did last week and now looking at Denver, Cook might be the more popular play. I don't know. I'm going to have to do some research. Check the Facebook page. Kittle and Cook is obviously, I can already tell that's going to be a battle that I need to fight all week to decide what I want to do. But I'm definitely spending down in cash. I think either one of these guys is probably going to be a good choice and allow you to get some of those big names, like those big receivers we like this week.
Yep.
Okay. So, flex position, of course, see our running back and wide receiver talk from earlier in this video, and we'll wrap things up with defense and our tournament lineup here, Courtney. So, at the top this week, we get the Rams, like you said, 13-point favorites at home against Arizona. 3,700, top of the pack here. They're in a good spot. It's a lot to spend.
Yeah, it is a lot. Now, last week we gave you all the Cleveland Browns for 2,000, and if you played them, you could have played them in every single lineup.
I had them in 85% of my tournament lineups, and I made a lot of tourney money.
Yes.
I mean, because it was 2,000, you could pay up and get huge names everywhere else, and it was rainy, and just like we said, 6 turnovers.
Yep.
The Browns' defense is not as bad as people think. They did still get kind of pushed over by the run game, but the Steelers do that with their running game. I wouldn't play them this week, though. Not against the Saints. They're going to get torched. Right.
That's what I was just going to say. Don't play them at 2K this week, but if you played them at 2K last week, hey. I typically like to go with a defense around 3K at home. And one defense that is sticking out to me is Houston. They are a home favorite at 2,600.
Oh, nice.
And so I think if you said who is your cash on D, I'm going to go with Houston. So Houston, Kittle, and Garoppolo at 6. And White, you have some value, and now you can start to pay up for folks in cash.
Yeah, then you can just plug big names and get those big backs and those big receivers that we want. So.
Yep, absolutely.
No, I agree. Love the Texans for 2,600. See, the Texans are at Tennessee. Yeah.
They are. Oh yes, they are at Tennessee. I typically like home, but I think here I watched Tennessee last week, and I think Houston's going to be fine at 2,600.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I think Houston's a good spot. I really like at the same kind of area the Jets at home against Miami.
Yeah,
2,500. I think they're going to be one of the more popular plays on defense of the week, just because Miami, they look bad, man. They don't have a quarterback. They just can't put it together on offense. The Jets had a huge week one on defense. Like, I don't remember what they have altogether. 5 interceptions. One was a pick 6. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I can't remember. 26 DraftKings points. They're only 2,500. They're home. Which playing at the Jets is always kind of a difficult place to play. Miami coming to town, I think that's just too cheap for the Jets defense here. I really like them at this price point. That's where I'm starting in cash this week, and then probably paying up in tournaments. So even the Chargers, I don't think a lot of people will be on the Rams. I think they're an excellent team to be on. Broncos at home, like I said earlier when we were talking about Cook, still like the Broncos defense. Probably not going to go anywhere near the Saints, though. I don't know.
No.
They gave it up last week. So, but yeah, love the Jets at 2,500.
I'm with you.
All right, cool. So that wraps it up for our players for week 2. We hope you guys all have an awesome week and kill it like we did last week. We're going to create another tournament lineup, which we'll throw into the Millie Maker. Our Millie Maker lineup last week did not cash for any money. We had Gurley, and Gurley got hurt in like the first quarter. I think we were a little over contrarian. Or yeah, that's what I meant. Fournette. Yeah. Fournette got hurt in the first quarter, not Gurley. Fournette. So let's go back to our tournament lineup here, Courtney. We'll let you submit it this week in the Millie Maker, and hopefully we win $1 million.
Let's do it.
So I'll let you lead it off again. Whoever you want to go, any position, it's all open.
All right, let's hold on. Sneezing here. I have a cold. No okay, let's you know what? Let's start off with tournaments. Upside. You want people with upside. Let's go to quarterback. I want to go Jimmy G. I do.
I do too. I love Jimmy G this week.
Yeah.
He is going to ball. Love Jimmy G at home. And if we're going Jimmy G, what's the status on didn't what's his name get hurt? The receiver.
Garcon?
Nah,
Goodwin?
Yeah, did Goodwin get hurt?
Yeah. He's questionable still.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So don't mind. Let me see what was Garcon's outlook last week. I mean, they were at Minnesota, so granted it was a tough matchup. He had
6 targets.
Yeah. I still think, man, I think Kittle's the play. If we're gonna go this route, I'm gonna go ahead and just lock Kittle in because I just think that it's a no-brainer with Jimmy G. I like stacking him up with Kittle here, and hopefully he finds Kittle for 2 touchdowns. Kittle goes over 100 yards, and Garoppolo goes for a rushing touchdown in there as well or something. So, love Jimmy G at home.
Let's do some maybe.
Yep.
Antonio Brown.
Yep.
Let's get him in there.
Love it. Next play, where do I want to go? Well, I think for defense, I just want to go ahead and play the Jets. That's just where I'm at. So, 2,500. It's going to give us the savings that we need, and I think with Miami at home, it's a good play. So I'm going to go Jets D.
Sounds good.
Let's see. Where are we thinking next here? I mean, for running backs, I think I want to plug. I mean, I think you just need to have Kamara in every lineup, right? I mean, am I wrong?
I mean,
is it smart to pivot off and go Gurley? You think? I don't.
I mean, he's going to crush. So
he had 8 rushing attempts for 29 and
12 targets.
And 12 targets for 112. He's a receiver and a running back.
Now he has never gotten more than like 12 carries, but he gets all those targets.
Yeah, and he had like 2. So, I think he had 2 goal line carries. They gave him 2 goal line carries.
Yeah, and we saw that the Browns, their defenses. I mean, it's still not great. So it's up to you. It's your call. Still.
Gurley had 20 for 108 and 5 targets. And at the same price point, 300 more. I'm going to go Kamara.
Let's plug in White for
like
some
White.
Savings and some upside.
Yep. Love James White. One name we didn't mention, Courtney, and people should watch out. James Yeldon, or TJ Yeldon. If Fournette is ruled out, Yeldon gets like all the work. So, he's an interesting name as well. Not something I'm going to plug into this lineup, but definitely an interesting name. So, all right, we're at 49 left per position, so we're going to have to go and find some value with Kamara and Brown in our lineup. So, I'm going to scroll down here in the 4,000 range. I want to go with. I kind of want to go back to. I kind of want to go with one of my. No, he didn't get the work. Not curse. Anuma is 4,700.
Those 10 targets are nice.
10 targets. They're home against Miami. They didn't adjust Deshaun Jackson's price that much. 49,000 up. Tell you what I'm thinking here, Courtney, with this lineup. I'm gonna plug in Cook. That's where I'm gonna go. Jared Cook at the flex for some savings.
Okay.
We're going to do a double tight end play here, Courtney.
All right.
It's sneaky. A lot of people always forget about the double tight end. It won the Millie Maker last week, I think, like 2 weeks.
Yes.
Week 1. And
that is true.
I don't remember, but we plug this in, and it'll kind of elevate us for the rest of our receivers here. I think if Kittle goes off, I think Cook. With what you mentioned about Denver's defense being susceptible to the tight end and how much volume he got, still intriguing here. So I'm going to play them both in this lineup, Kittle and Cook.
I am going to go to, let's see, I am looking at someone. Okay. All right. GPP play. I want to get a piece of the Cleveland Saints game. We got Kamara. Let's switch over and go Josh Gordon.
Yes. Good. I like Josh Gordon. Caught a touchdown last week, so.
Yeah.
All right, so that leaves us 5,500 for our last receiver spot, unless we want to go down and bump that flex up. Let's see what we're looking at 5,500. Well, an AP, but that's... Oh, okay, so that's for... We'd have to plug in a $3,600 flex. Okay. So. Or wide receiver, okay. So 30, 55... Sorry, my screen's all out of whack here. Okay, so we there's a Robbie Anderson there, which had a nice game. What do you have?
No, actually...
No. It was a Nua. It was a Nua that had the better of the game.
Right.
So I definitely prefer Nua over him, even though he did catch a long touchdown. What did Cup do? I didn't see. 9 targets, not bad.
9 targets, I like that.
And they're playing Arizona. I think that's intriguing. What it Garcon for 5 is intriguing, especially with a little double stack with
So if we're all in on 49ers, hey, double stack. I mean, could do that.
We could go there. I'm curious to see if we don't do the double tight end. No, I don't hate it, but it puts us at 45. Was there another running back? I typically like to play running backs on my flex. That's typically what I prefer, but
down there, Duke Johnson, Royce Freeman. He did get vultured some Lindsey too.
Yeah,
but I don't know if that is going to go totally. Check out at 44. Check out Heckler.
Yeah, he got a bunch of volume.
Yeah, he did.
5 for 87 and a touchdown, and then 5 carries for 39.
5 carry. I think the Chargers are going to. I see now because the Chargers are a West Coast team that is notorious for being letdowns when they come.
I agree.
East. So that's kind of yeah.
I think Oakland's running back had some nice tick. Who was their guy that was?
Rashard. I want to say he got 10 targets. A lot of that though was like in the whole fourth quarter, they were just basically either dumping it off to him or throwing it to Cook.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. That makes sense.
But there's definitely some plays down here.
I don't hate Freeman. I mean, he still had 15 carries. I know he got vultured a little bit, but they seem to want to go to him.
No targets though.
At 4,300, he had no targets. Oh, we want that pass upside. So
look
a
at
bunch of targets. What do you have? 7 targets.
Ooh. Against Tampa Bay. Ooh. Against Tampa Bay too.
They seem to really want to go a Jai around the goal line, the red zone, though. That scares me.
Yeah, true. That is true. Check out to Morris, Alfred Morris. 3,800, I think. Because he got some run. 12 for 30 yards. Giving them the ball 12 times, no targets though. But giving him the ball 12 times was it's not bad.
Yeah, and I think they were throwing more passes to Breida. They would bring Breida in when they put the pass. I really want to get. Let me see here. With us spinning down here, Kamara is expensive, man. He is expensive.
Yeah, he is.
What happens if we go with a double stack at the top? I think that's going to make it impossible to spend anywhere else, but I think Kamara is the better play for that price point. Okay. I don't know, Courtney. We got some work here. I'm not sure where to go here. At first, I was thinking double tight end, but I just don't. Maybe not. I don't know how I feel about Cook. It was a lot of garbage time, passes.
So here are some. I'm 45. Hold on. Let me get my rankings out here. My computer's going slow.
I don't hate it.
Think.
What's his name going to sit again? What do you have? Because Ellington had 8 targets and a touchdown.
You know what? I think Fuller practiced. I think. Okay. I think so.
What did Pryor do? Did Barber even play? Because I didn't hear his name.
Peyton
3 targets.
Barber. Here's something interesting. Even though he really didn't do great, but Peyton Barber got the ball like 20 times. But again, no targets. That's like if we're gonna go. Well, let me see. 40. No, I don't know about that.
Well, how about let's see what this does. What happens if we throw in? Because I like Demaryius Thomas a lot this week. I think he was relatively cheap, 5,600. What does that put us at? 35
for the flex. Flex though, flex 35.
Yeah, I was seeing it. Cook won't fit, so I was just wondering if we did the double tight ends.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be cheaper. We're gonna play AB and Kamara. It's got to be a lot of value in.
Yeah. Now I mean we could. I mean there are a lot of very good plays outside of Kamara, but you do want somebody from New Orleans, though. I think you do want a piece of that game.
Yeah, I want either Kamara or Thomas for sure. I want them both, but no, I think Kamara with seeing what just happened to the Browns defense with Connor. Kamara's just going to destroy the Browns defense on Sunday. So I think Kamara is the way I love.
And doing what? We could do that. Yeah, at 47.
10 targets, 6 for 63 and a touchdown.
And then that'll leave us like 43, I think.
Let me go here to the flex. I think I saw someone. I know I talked about this a little bit earlier in the episode, but I saw someone in the threes. I thought was going to be popular, but I just cannot remember the name now. Let me just scroll through real quick. It's not Chubb. Really, Jared Cook's the name I like here the most down here.
What about Geronimo Allison at 30? At 38. He got 8 targets last week.
5 for 69 and a touchdown. He's where they're at Minnesota. No, they're at home, but against Minnesota.
Home against Minnesota. 38. He has upside.
Yeah, I like it. And I mean, I would say that Xavier Rhodes is probably going to follow. Xavier Rhodes is definitely going to probably follow. What's his name? Cobb, because Cobb seemed to be the feature.
Yes. Yep.
And that moves us up to 53, which doesn't quite. I really want to get to Thomas there. We're so close. Like I would love to plug. Let me see what 53 gets us. Will Fuller, which is interesting if he plays for sure. Not Corey.
And so we need. Okay. Listen. All right. So
I really
we need 300 more
here. Yeah, that's what I really want to go. I really want to go here.
So if we need 300 more, then I'm just gonna say this, but we can go from Kamara to Gurley, and you can fit him in. I know we really want Kamara, and Kamara could score like 40 points, but so can a Gurley.
Yeah. Essentially, if we make that move, we need him to outscore Kamara. That's the only way we win.
Right. I think both
he can. They're both top.
Yeah.
What if we go AB down to Thomas? Does that give us the same? No. Because I like that. I like that pivot a little better. But AB's he's gonna kill it this week too. Can we just play them all? Right. Can we play Thomas and AB and everybody and everyone? And there's nothing at 3,500, right?
Yeah, right now.
What about defense? Can we sacrifice there? What we got at 2,200, Courtney?
Buccaneers, no. Chiefs, no. Bills, no.
Bills, maybe.
No.
Bills, maybe. No?
They just gave up 47 points.
Yeah, I know, to Baltimore. They just got smashed. Brownies, no. Cardinals,
no.
You can't.
Browns last week, this would be perfect.
Yeah, we'd plug them right in and we'd be sitting.
You're right.
I can't come off Kittle. I gotta come off. It's gotta be Thomas. I gotta come off Thomas.
Unless we come off Gordon.
What does that give us if we come off Gordon? What's 55? We haven't looked at this range. Cooper Kupp or Chris not Chris Hogan.
Anderson.
Kupp?
Has upside.
Yeah,
and Kupp does.
I prefer Kupp because he had the targets. Anderson had that one target.
Yeah. But
I do like Kupp's interesting. But is he going to get... Everybody's so expensive, man. DraftKings got their stuff right this week. I know we're running late on the episode, so that's okay, though. People just have to stick around because this is our money, Courtney. This is our investment.
That's right.
We're trying to make $1 million here, so people are going to have to live with it. They've seen the player projections. That's okay. They don't have to watch this if they don't want to. Garoppolo, Kamara, White. God, this lineup is beautiful. Thomas, Kittle.
I know it is nice, isn't it?
I really like this. What? Okay, let's do this. You know what I want to do here? Let's do this. Because I actually really like this. I'm going to plug in you. And I want to see what that does here with our extra savings. 4,300 at the flex. Anybody... Do you prefer? Is there anybody above Allison where we can use that additional money? Ryan. Oh, we can play Freeman. I really like that move. I would probably, because nobody's gonna play Royce Freeman.
9 targets?
No. Yeah, I think Grant had like.
Royce.
Yeah, he had 9 targets, 8 for 59. But no, I'm thinking Freeman.
Freeman, does he have upside? Like, can he get us like 20 something points with no targets? That's my biggest thing, is that it's no targets. I don't know why he got no targets.
Yeah, why are they not passing him the ball? Oh, but they want him to be the guy. But I know some of his stuff was vulture. That's the thing. But they should be beating Oakland at home.
That's true.
They should be playing with the lead. You know, we like home.
Freeman should score at least 1 touchdown.
He should have a touchdown and 100 yards. And if he does that at this price point...
Stick him in.
I think it's him. I actually really like this. This is the double stack with Kittle and Garcon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to lock this in. Well, I guess no, you're going to lock this in. You're playing it this week, right? So
let me copy it.
Yeah, grab a screenshot for sure. Garoppolo, Kamara, White, Brown, Garcon, D-Train, Kittle, Freeman, and Jets D. About to win $1 million. About to mess around and win $1 million here on RotoProfit. Then people will come and watch us.
then you'll have 10,000 views per week.
Yeah. Then people. Yeah. Exactly. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for us here. It's week 2, Courtney. I hope I don't have a tilting week again. If I score 190 in cash and don't play again, I might just retire. Yeah, no, I'm excited for week 2. It's going to be another good week. I think we got a lot of good plays. If you haven't already, go over to our private Facebook group. Like Courtney said, we're going to be talking receivers. We're going to be talking tight ends. We're going to be talking Kittle versus Cook. We're going to be talking all the stuff you need to get ready for Sunday. It's free to join. All you got to do is request to join that. That's RotoProfit private Facebook group. Yeah, Courtney, it's time. Week 2.
Let's do it.